The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Focus, defense, focus. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
First.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
What's that?
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, no, easy.
Right there, 54, right there.
Bravo.
Throwing on second and 8, Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw on second and 6, Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Vikings nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Boy, the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Let's go, go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Cousins gives way to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Who that?
Listen to me. Hey, Alpha. Check Mike.
3rd and long for Cousins. Being chased out left. This is Johnson. He's got it. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 39, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, gun. Mine's 54.
Now it's Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 36 power.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, can't.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 68 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. They dump it off to Lynch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1:55 left to go in the 1st half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Wilson steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give to Lynch from the shotgun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. He'll get this out to Lynch. Complete.
Well, we saw him there.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, 26 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken about the 12. He juked him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Here we go.
They go play action. Cousins going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Steamer. Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Cousins again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
Hot. 57's Mike. Hey, we're good. Check Mike 57. Mike.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First down, the run with Lynch. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 35 on second down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. Wilson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it first and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
The full start backs him up 5, first and 15. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on second down. Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Check. Walk 54. Left hand. Tighten up.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Check 9. Alert.
Play action. Now Wilson steps away, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
Right there, 54, right there. 54 Mike.
Run left, run left.
Gotcha.
Hey, one set, one set.
From the shotgun, Wilson, and he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Dancing to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just in. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First down, Seattle.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Silent. You get right.
Play action. It's Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
To throw is Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Buying time to his left. There goes a deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 12, and the return will stop right around the 25. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Took right. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Ball shot. Right, 0, 0, 0. 54 Mike.
Ain't no such thing as
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So the